us, right, the younger men, to lead the nation into closer to righteousness and get us closer and closer to, you know, getting to that kingdom, man. Because the way things are going, and the way that these elders have led the nation, this is why the nation's in shambles. Listen, Sister Israel, it is time for us.
Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakwadash Brakati Yahweh Brakati Yahushai Brakati Yahweh Brakati Yahushai. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. In the same Spirit, Lord willing that they continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwat Yam, believers of His faith and His truth, Lord willing that they continue to pursue their lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Right, this is Lord willing, just straight to the point. Heard this man Ariala say what he said, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is amazing at everything that he does. History is just merely repeating itself, and I think that's what I want to. The first verse I want to go to is Ecclesiastes 1:9 in the NLT. It says, "History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new." So we're just moving in the same cycle again. Of course, this captivity is more advanced than the other ones, but we're in the same cycle, especially when it comes to Israel, you know, believing in false gods, the laziness or the proud mindset, right? Brothers trying to take the elders' position or not listen to the counsel of the elders. We're in the same spirits is back, right? So history is merely repeating itself. If you go to 1 Kings, because this is the point I really just want to bring out, 1 Kings 12, verse 1 all the way, I believe, to verse 9 or 10, right? So Lord willing, we can pay attention and soak this in. And from the video and just this coming out, Lord willing, you're edified and you can see the same thing. Right, so the title says, King Rehoboam acts foolishly. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke, which he put upon us, lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed, and King Rehoboam consulted with the old men. These are the elders, because even Solomon would seek counsel from the elders. David, you know, it says that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. He forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, which stood before him. And through the Spirit, you know, I want to do something different. Let's listen to the counsel to the young men and not the elders, man. Look where we came. We might go further or go in a better position if we listen to younger, fresh minds. That's how I'm deciphering it, because it's the same thing that this man Ariala said, right? And at the end of the day, the Lord set up the elders, regardless if it's a split off and all the way to one west, how it's established in the direction that it came from to where we at now. These a lot of these elders is still teaching. Right? And this is the thing about that unity thing. If you're not even in the camp of these elders, right, you stay in your lane. But that does not take the position of who the Lord put in this thing first. You wasn't called years ago. As a matter of fact, you wasn't even thought of. You wasn't even, none of us, like I'm only 33. The Lord could allow me to be raised in the 80s or the 70s, but he didn't allow that. Everybody is called in this thing at a certain time. None of you camps is bringing the MOTB. You young niggas is not bringing out the MOTB being a physical device. Looking at the time we in, especially in this technology era, right? A lot of y'all not going in depth with the history. A lot of y'all not understanding. Right now, we should be boasting on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not boasting on the works of the law or what we did. You know how much we can do, right? You know what I'm saying? We got to boast in Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, right? That's the main thing that we should be doing, right? Verse 10, it says, and the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than thy father's loins. And now whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father have chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Right? So this is him taking a counsel from the young men. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old man's counsel that they gave him. He abandoned it. He put it aside. And he spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. And the craziest thing, how all this thing with the pacemaker, y'all should know who I'm talking about. Ariella, you've been around that congregation and those men for a minute, man. And now you want to say this, you know? You got people coming in this thing with female tendencies, going back and forth. You got some getting exposed for being around some LGB 123 Sesame Street and peanut butter and jelly, and don't even talk about it, but come out as a female. You know? You're supposed to be having that same mentality as soon as you know certain things is off, right? Brothers want to do it, right, at this moment, but then other things that was going on in Israel with differences, you were supposed to been getting on them, right? This is why, from what I see from the outer apostles, they rebuke brothers that might be slipping in their own congregation and brothers in other congregations. When I see that brothers is holding back their sword from blood, and then now when things get hectic or when things get removed or things get exposed, now they want to start slicing and dicing with a sword. You got to have that same mentality from soon as you step in this thing. Brothers is doing unity camp with people that's that they not in agreements of. A lot of you young men, right, push that unity, right? And I can understand ISUBK, they most likely really don't do a unity camp, right? GMS definitely don't do unity camp, right? Because it's not going to be beneficial if y'all both are not in agreement when it comes to prophecies, parables, or dark sayings, or even the law. But it's cool though, right? Let me just read this. Verse 15, wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from Yahweh, that he might perform his saying, which Yahweh spake by Elijah and Sholonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So this was all the king, this was all Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is doing. So even on this side, this is all Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is doing, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is exposing the ones that's in this thing for the wrong thing. Now, some people can be in this thing for clout, popularity, to be famous, or I want to be the best teacher. Some people can just be in this thing for the wrong reason. And we really supposed to be in this thing only to praise and give and to exalt Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai and teach his word and manifest his name in this world. That's our main That should be your main focus. All that other stuff, it means nothing, right? But all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai that this was revealed and this came out, because the Lord is gonna do greater things than what we're seeing right now. And you're gonna know who the men of the Lord is. If you don't know now, right? How people is talking about the men of the Lord, you're gonna regret what you said. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it, man. Right? Call law Yahweh Shem Shai Bashim Kakwadash. Lord willing, this is edifying. Lord willing, you could take something from it. And if a brother could, add on to it. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.